Have you ever felt fear? That's a pretty loaded question. There aren't many of us that go through our lives without feeling or experiencing some kind of fear. Have you ever looked at what's beneath the surface of that fear? What's controlling your response? Because fear inside us is only ever a response to something else that's going on in the world. And the way to overcome that fear is not to embrace the thing that's creating it, it's to embrace ourselves and our representation of the thing that creates fear. I do a lot of work with this with clients, and in particular with client groups. If you're a leader and you're managing a big team, you will inevitably have people in your teams who are more or less positive, and how you handle those people and how you help them to see the way that they can overcome either fear or negative thoughts or negative attitudes and minds is really important. You can help them to unlock a better level of performance if you understand what's really going on inside yourself and what's really going on inside your people. Now, the way our minds work, when you look at the fundamental principle of NLP, the way our minds work, we are connected to our bodies through our nervous system. So everything we think becomes real to us, and our body reacts physically and emotionally to those thoughts. And the principle in NLP is called the think, feel, act loop. And it is a loop. So we go through this permanent connection. And if you've experienced fear yourself, I've certainly had to deal with some pretty fearful situations in my life, as we all will have done. I remember specific leadership issues. Very early on in my career, presenting was very difficult, as it is for most people. The fear of humiliation, the fear of being judged, the fear of someone else's opinion, and actually none of that is relevant. But consciously, you might be able to tell yourself it doesn't matter. Unconsciously, because of this link, this loop, the thought that we might not be enough, we might make a mistake, we might be judged, creates a feeling inside us of fear. And one of the statistics is that actually people are more afraid of public speaking and presenting to an audience than they are of death. How amazing and absurd is that fact? People are more afraid of public speaking than they are of death. One of the ways that you can overcome this is to understand how your mind, your body, and your nervous system work. So let's talk through the model. Your mind creates thoughts. What you think about is the starting point of this loop. Once you've had a thought, and most of us think that those thoughts are random, they are absolutely not random. They are ours to control once we put conscious, focused effort in that direction. We create the thought we want because that thought generates in us a feeling. And that feeling is either empowerment, confidence, strength, belief, certainty, or it's exactly the opposite. So it's uncertainty, it's doubt, it's reservation, it's trepidation, fear. Once you start with your thoughts, unless they're quality empowering thoughts, you will create disempowering feelings inside your body. Now, we all know how much better we perform when we're in the right mindset. Mindset creates a feeling, which creates activity, action, and the capability that we have to perform at our best. So where do we start? We start with thoughts. And the thoughts, as simple as it sounds, if I ask you to think about something really empowering, like what's the best thing that you can imagine from the previous year? The most exciting moment over the last 12 months, a time when you were really, really positive, excited about everything that was going on, you had control, you were absolutely confident that you were going to make whatever it was work. And if I ask you to replay that in your mind now, it creates a sense of positivity, of confidence. You get a feeling associated with it. And once you harness that feeling, it enables you to do more, to be more. Conversely, if you think about negative thoughts, if you think about a really difficult period, you think about something that was a challenge or a struggle, something that sapped your energy, you can bring yourself right down, and the feeling you have inside generates negativity and prevents performance. And once you understand this, the way that you can help yourself and your people to become more positive is just to tap into the positive thoughts. Remind people of what they're capable of. Remind them about challenges they've overcome. Remind them about how good they are at what they do. Reconnect with their positivity, with previous successes. And by directing your focus and the focus of your teams towards the things that make them feel good, feel empowered, feel confident, you generate a level of performance and action from them that they can't get otherwise. When you think about your mind, most of the time we do not focus and concentrate our thoughts. And because we don't focus and concentrate our thoughts, we tend to drift. And what we drift to is negativity or thoughts that do not serve us. Thoughts that either create limitations, or they create limiting beliefs, or they create issues for us. And actually, all it takes is a little bit of focused attention on your thoughts, and you can generate much more empowering feelings. And that creates better action, better outcomes, higher performance. And as obvious as this sounds, we don't often think about how focusing our direction and our thoughts will improve performance of ourselves and our people. Now, I said earlier this was a loop. It is a loop. What you think affects how you feel, which affects how you can act. Now, the same is true at any one of those 3 points. So what I feel affects how I act and can affect how I think. The same way that what I do or how I act improves how I think and then how I feel. Let me give you another example. If you think about what it takes to perform at your best, think about a situation when you were performing at a high level. Think about the way you stood, not only the thoughts you had, but your body, your posture. Think about how you breathed. Think about how much energy you had, how positive you felt about the whole situation. And that is self-fulfilling. The more you think about that, the more you act in a way that is consistent with a high performer, somebody who feels confident. Imagine if I was giving this presentation, I wasn't standing up straight, I didn't have my shoulders back, I wasn't communicating consistently, then the performance and the thoughts will be linked, and I will not be able to generate the level of enthusiasm, motivation, and the content that you need in order to take your own performance to the next level. So those 3 things are linked. I'd like you to start thinking about this over the next period of time. Where we are going next with these videos is personal performance. You as a leader need to be able to tap into a level of performance in yourself that demonstrates to your teams that you can deliver at a high performing level. If you can't do it, it's very difficult to explain that or expect that from your teams. So let's get you in the right frame of mind. Let's strengthen your leadership, and we'll do that through the next videos. So we're going to start to talk about how you see yourself, how you visualize performance, and how you can improve that going forward. And then we'll look at the other key components of high performance individually so that you can take that as a leader into your leadership style and more effectively lead your teams. I hope you're excited about that. I certainly am. And we'll unlock some really high performing characteristics in the next few videos on the Leadership Success Series. I hope you'll join me, and I hope this has been useful for you. Please feel free to share it with somebody you think would get value from it. And I will see you on the next video in the Leadership Success Series from Focus for Growth. Thanks for watching.